Hi, my name is Cheryl and I'm a very late diagnosed autistic woman. Today I want to talk to you about part 2 of PTSD, things we can do about PTSD triggers and things that we might not want to do. You know, there aren't a whole lot of therapists out there who are knowledgeable in autism and PTSD. And so until everyone catches up with the science, it'd be nice to have a couple of strategies in place, right? So the first one I want to talk to you about is called avoidance. This is kind of a prevention technique. And though avoidance is a symptom of PTSD, it's also a strategy. What we do is we control our environment by avoiding certain people, places, and things that will possibly trigger us. And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. But what about those triggers that pop up unexpectedly? What then? It would really be nice to have something in place so that we could at least stay relatively calm until we can go somewhere and decompress, right? So I'm going to explain some things that I have tried, let you know how it all worked out, but keep in mind what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. So make sure you comment so that we can learn from each other. I want to know what has worked for you and what hasn't. So the first one is gradual exposure. The first thing my therapist, which I loved my therapist, but she wanted me to gradually expose myself to the things that traumatized me in the first place. I pretty much flat out smacked that one down because the things that traumatized me are not things that I need in my life. And I personally did not want to re-traumatize myself. So then we went to EMDR. Now, there are some people who have commented on my YouTube videos that it has worked great for them. But for me, unfortunately, it didn't work. Apparently, I have a wall this thick. So that one didn't work. Let's go to IFS. That's internal family systems. Now, this may not heal our PTSD, but it can really help. If you're the kind of person, and I know I'm this way, that really likes to know the science and the mechanics behind something, and just knowing why it happens can be helpful, IFS might be for you. And the last one is pattern recognition in conjunction with CBT. Cognitive behavioral therapy is rooted in the idea that we can control our thoughts. Well, if you remember from the last video, we have, as autistics, perseveration, which means the repetition of intrusive thoughts. So even though we may not be able to control the fact that they pop into our heads, we can control what we do after they pop into our heads. So think of the pattern. For me, I am triggered usually by an image. I have a thought and then I have an emotion. So if I can control what I do with that thought, I can control the emotion. So as soon as I see an image, I have a thought, I can smack it down, I can change activities, and I can leave the room. Those things have really helped me a lot. So I hope that helps. Let me know again what has worked for you. And like I said, we can learn from each other on this forum. If you got any value out of this video, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. I hope you all have a wonderful day.